Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. If it's not, welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing brisket style tri-tip burnt ends. I know that you guys don't like this, some of you haters, and you still watch. This one's for you. I'm gonna show you just how good this recipe is because we're gonna make burnt ends out of it. Let's go. Alright guys, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna season this with White Bull's Barbecue Rack City because we want a little bit of a sweet element on this, and we're gonna smoke it at 225 until it's about 160 internal, and then we're gonna cube it up against the grain, throw it in a pan, and get weird with it. So let's get it done. As you can see, it has a nice cap on this side, and I think that's pretty important on something like burnt ends. We want as much fat content as we can have, especially for a tri-tip. Make sure you season all the sides up. Let it sit for at least 15 minutes, or preferably overnight. We're only gonna let it rock about 15-20 minutes. Let this thing sweat out, AKA draw that sodium in, and then we're throwing it on the smoker. Once your tri-tip starts sweating, it should look like that. You see how the salt is kind of starting to sink in? That means it's time to throw on the grill. Let's do it. Smoker set at 225. Huh. Guess what? Fat cap up. So we're about an hour in. Time to hit it with a spritz. That's high quality H2O.
Amen, brother.
We're treating this like a tri-tip brisket style, so we're taking it to about 165, and instead of wrapping it, that's where we're gonna cube it, start rendering this thing down in some sauce, some brown sugar, all that good stuff. So we're gonna come back in an hour. We're gonna see where it's at. We're gonna probe it for the first time. We're now at the 2-hour mark. Disregard that there was no watch on my wrist. Let's take a look at this, get a probe, see where the hell it's at. Sheesh. Let's get a prober. Oh, we're just about there. At 165, we're gonna cube this bad boy. See you in a half hour. This thing has reached 165. It's got a really nice bark. Give you a little bit better look. Oh yeah. So it's time to cube this up. We're gonna spin it and go against the grain. That's what it's looking like at 165. Now we're gonna cube her. We'll cut this end off. That's a snack. But you see, it already has a pronounced smoke ring. It's already looking good. Now it's time to cube it and throw it in a Pyrex is what we're gonna be using. But you can use whatever you'd like to use. Let's chop this one down. That's a cool little burn end. Let's expose some more of that meat. That's looking good. I mean, honestly guys, really good bark on this already. Look at it. That's gonna be a good one. Let's get these sauced up and let's get them back on that Traeger. We're cranking it to 270 now. Also, you don't want to lose any of this juice. So we're gonna pour it in the Pyrex. We are gonna hit these with some more Rack City and a little bit of Head Country Apple Habanero. This stuff is the truth. Let's do it. Make sure they get nice and coated. Oh, those are already looking good. Hit them with a little bit more sauce. Hit them with some Rack City. Throw them back on at 270. Oh yeah, that's gonna be delicious. We're gonna turn them every half hour until they're probing at 200. Brisket style tri-tip burn ends. You guys doubted me for a long time on that brisket style tri-tip, and now it's all you ever see on the internet. So don't sleep on this. Let's get these back on the smoker. So we're about 4 hours into this cook. We diced these up at 165. I know, this is a mind-blowing recipe, understandably. Let's check these out. I bet you they're around 180 internal. Let's probe them. As you can see, I'm sitting at 280. I'm gonna crank it back to 250, 245. Let it get more smoke. But they're almost there. All right, so at the 7-hour mark, we've officially reached 205 degrees internal on most of these burn ends. I'm gonna pull it off, take you into the kitchen, let it rest 15 minutes, guys, just so it can settle down. Let that sugar settle down, the meat settle down, and then we're gonna get a bite, and we're gonna get a nice squishy, so you guys know it's real. Brisket style tri-tip burn ends.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So this was a 7-hour cook. We started at 225 until it reached 165 internal. Then we diced the tri-tip up, put it back in there with some Head Country Apple Habanero, put a little bit more White Bulls Rack City on there, and then we rendered it out until about 205 internal on these. And this is your result. Granted, it's nighttime, so we're dealing with the lighting from inside the kitchen. But I mean, look at this. I'm gonna squeeze this, and I hope you guys are ready to drool. Oof. This is a tri-tip. I just want to reiterate that 100 times over, that this is a tri-tip. They said it couldn't be done. White Bulls, we do what we want to do. Look at this. Smoke ring is present. The bark is present. And that ooey gooey candiness is present. Actually, I'm gonna give you a taste test shot and get you guys out of here.
White Bulls Barbecue, the best damn barbecue ever.